It's going well. It really is. I'm happy to be working through all of this stuff. And I think, it's going well. I feel lighter. I feel like the more I'm aware of what these stories are and the meaning that I've given to it and maybe what the true meaning is, and there's so much empowerment about that it doesn't have a hold on me anymore. And just even writing it out and coming to that realization is so helpful. So thank you for that.
So my name is Julie, and Kane's information and his post came across my way on Facebook. And there was something in there that really spoke to me about using our story and this process of discovering our story to also uncover what that inner block is that might be preventing us from stepping into the next part of ourselves. And so we talked a lot, actually a lot, back and forth, emails, not really emails actually, communications through social media, setting up a Zoom call. And so I signed up for the VIP program, downloaded all of the material, or got all of the material that I need to work through before even starting that program. And I will tell you one thing, that I've done a whole lot of my own work for the past 10 plus years prior to getting to this point. But what always amazes me, and sometimes you think I'm at a good point here, I've discovered a lot about myself. And then you get to the next level and you realize, wow, there's still a whole lot more to discover and work through and level up into. And I say that in the way of that when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And I really firmly believe that. And so over these past 10 days, I don't even know how long it's been, 2 weeks maybe, that we've been messaging back and forth and communicating. One, want to put in a couple of plugs. One, saying that just even a little bit of dabbling into this and being ready to do the pre-work for the main program has already been stirring up a whole lot of things within me that I know are really important and relevant and part of this process. And I've been learning how to be patient and be present and to witness and to be curious. And all of that guidance and wisdom has been supported and also given by Kane. So I don't even know if this guy sleeps, but I'm in the US, he's in Australia. There's a 15-hour time difference. And between, sending messages through Marco Polo or the Messenger app, he's been so incredibly responsive, at least even acknowledging and recognizing anything that I have shared, and then more often actually providing some insight and feedback through video, through voice, through text. So that's next level service. I will say that there are very few people, unless you were to pay them an arm and a leg, to whom you would have access to like this. And this is something that I really, really appreciate, because going through this process is not to be taken lightly. It's not a casual process. And in that regard, you need someone, the guide, to be able to create that safe container and that space to take you through this process. And I have been feeling that, and it's been making me feel comfortable. As uncomfortable as uncovering some of the stuff is, I have no concerns or fears or worries or anxieties about the process, about being left hanging or discovering things and then not knowing what to do with it. So this is a long story here that I'm sharing from this video, but basically I just wanted to share that if you are considering doing this VIP program or any of the pre-work and you have any concerns, worries, just reach out to Kane and he will easily address them with so much love and compassion, because he's gone through his own process, and that's what we need. So if this is something you're thinking about doing, do it, and at least reach out to him and talk with him. And I guarantee you that you will know really quickly whether or not this is the right thing for you. Take care. Bye.
I always consider myself a sucker for personal development programs. It's like this addiction, right? You just get to do some more work and do some more work. And each time you do it, you learn a little something new, and then makes you want to do something more. And then there comes a time when you know that there's more work to be done. And so signing up for this program, I knew there was something there from the moment I first started seeing those posts from you, Kane. All my life, I looked at these things that happened in my life as happening to me and for me, but always looking at as these were things done to me. And over these past 3 days, I've been able to more intimately witness some of these experiences in my life and actually realize and acknowledge the role that I had to play in how things unfolded and in the way I showed up. And how I showed up was reflective of the wounds and all the messy bits that I had inside. But to be able to look at everything and not be angry about it, and actually be able to take responsibility for my portion of whatever it was that unfolded, even when it was hurting people that I didn't realize that I was hurting other people, because I was hurting so much inside myself, and all I could see was how much I was hurting, and then not realizing the hurt that I was then inflicting on those around me. To be able to be witness to that and to actually own that and still feel that love and compassion for myself and accept myself, that I am not any lesser, I am not any less deserving of any of these amazing things that we're all deserving of. To me, it's like a full circle type of a moment and an experience. So I want to thank you for being able to creating this opportunity for us to be able to be present there and encouraging us to explore, and always reminding us to be present and to be patient and to be gentle. And that's how true healing happens. So I just want to thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Here's a little testimonial. So when I first started doing this coaching program, or when I first signed up for it, I thought it was really going to be about identifying what some of those stories have been and those experiences have been in our life and the limiting beliefs that have been associated with that. But really what has come about is understanding how the stories have come about and how much of it is linked, and really resulting in what we are seeing as our current day patterns. And so participating in this program has opened up a lot more insight to me and clarity as well. So this is not just coach training. I would say this is a lot more about personal development, human growth, and looking at a lot of what has happened in the past, understanding the circumstances and the situations for what it was, what were the conclusions that I drew in my mind based on experiencing that, and how I then internalized them into my programming. And then really then how that has then continued to show up there in my life. And so just these last several days even of reflecting on this material has really helped me to gain insight into how I've been showing up in my relationship and my relationships, and as well as at home, as well as in work. And so there's just been a lot of insight and clarity. And then, of course, the constant reminder to be gentle with myself as I'm going through this, and then being present with what is. So noticing the resistance in my body when there's a thought that comes up or new revelation that comes up. And I feel that little bit of that tug or that heaviness that's there. And that to me is a sign that, okay, just take some time to breathe, pause, work through this, and then continue to let things process. So a lot more than identifying stories and even what the learning lesson was from some of those stories, much more than that.